Well, hi guys, it's Mrs. Grissom. I am so happy to reach out to each of you today to share a lesson. Thank you to Mrs. Lilly, who allowed me to share the lesson with you today. She's asked me to complete lesson 3.9, which is subtracting decimals with you guys. And what we're going to do in the lesson is we're going to show you how to solve a problem has an easy level of difficulty, and then a medium level of difficulty, and then finally the challenge problem. So let's start with the problem that we consider easy. Now, this problem is easy because it's very straightforward. So you have a whole number, a number in the ones place, and a single number behind the decimal. So there's a number in the tenths place, and you're subtracting another number that has a single digit in the ones column, and then a number one in the tenths column. There's also no regrouping. So we start to first thing we do is make sure that your decimals are lined up. So let's go ahead and add a decimal in our answer. And we'll start on the right. So 6/10 take away 1/10 is 5/10. And then 8 ones take away 5 ones is 3. Okay, so we consider that problem to be very easy and very straightforward. Now let's take a look at a problem that can be considered medium level difficulty. So notice here we still have a single digit in the ones column, which is to the left of the decimal, but we have two digits behind the decimal. So we have a 2 in the tenths place and a 3 in the hundredths place. Now, what makes this problem medium level difficulty is there's going to be a need to regroup. So let's start subtracting the column to the farthest right, and that's 3/10 take away 1/10. Well, that's easy. The answer is 2. Okay. Now let's look at, sorry about that, guys. Now let's take a look at our tenths place. So there is a 2 in the tenths place, and we're going to take away 5/10. Well, we're going to need some help. So let's borrow from the 1 in the 4, which is in the ones place. And if we take 10/10 from 4 and we add those 10/10 to the 2, we now have 12/10. So 12/10 take away 5/10 is 7/10. Okay, so let's talk about that a little bit. So when we take away 1, 10/10 is the same as 1. So the 4 changes to 3, and we add those 10/10 to the 2/10 that are already in the tenths place. So now we can subtract the 1. So 3 ones take away 2 ones leaves us with 1. All right, now let's take a look at the third and last problem before we assign the practice page for you guys. So here we have an 11 and 63/100 take away 6 and 7/10. Now we need to do something. I'm actually giving you a hint. We need to do something in this hundredths place so that we can subtract the digits that are in that column. Now, place value tells us that if we add a 0 here, that 7/10 is the same as adding that 0 there. So let's do that in another color. Let's do orange. Add that 0 there as the placeholder, if you will, because we're not changing the value of that number by adding that 0. Let's go back to green. Okay. And now let's subtract. So 3/100 take away nothing leaves 3. 6/10 take away 7/10. Whoa, we need to do something. We need to regroup. So we're going to regroup. This is a whole number 11. So if we take 10/10 from 11 and add those 10/10 to the 6 in the tenths place, 11 becomes 10. We've taken away that whole, or that 10/10, and we've added it here. And now 16 take away 7/10 is 9. Let's bring down that decimal while we're thinking about it. And then 10, the number 10 take away 6 is 4. Okay, so our answer is 4 9300ths. Okay, guys, we're now going to have you complete a practice sheet. It's actually practice for lesson 3.9. There's a link to the document. There are text boxes under each of the questions. So go ahead and get started and make sure you turn it in. Take care, guys. It's wonderful to work with you. Please stay safe and healthy, and we'll see you soon.